The original Nintendo Switch revolutionized everything by being a hybrid console you could play on the go or at home. A new leak suggests that the Switch 2's gimmick is all about AI. How can artificial intelligence change the game for Nintendo? Let's find out. What's going on, everybody? It's Zach from SwitchForce, and we are here with a brand new banger of a video. It feels like the dominoes keep falling because just this morning we talked about Doug Bowser's comments on Nintendo Switch 2. And I think this new leak is just about serendipitous. It's like too perfect, and maybe we should even question that. But first, let me break down what's going on. Doug Bowser this morning said, we can't talk about Switch 2, but he did drop some breadcrumbs. He strongly hinted that the Switch name and branding will continue for years to come, and he mentioned that Nintendo finding new ways to surprise, delight, and introduce new ways of playing was always at the forefront of their mind. Enter a brand new leak about Nintendo Switch 2 from Famaboards. Basically, the Nintendo Switch specific reset era NeoGAF, it kind of came from those initial beginnings. This new leak comes from a source that cannot be verified, but says that they have connections with someone who is intimately involved in working on the next Nintendo Switch console. And they go through some of the ways of how they haven't known them for very long, they don't want to get them in trouble, sort of the typical framework for a leak. But what's most interesting here is, rather than suggest, oh my gosh, the Switch 2 is launching with a bajillion pixels and Mario Odyssey 3, they're instead going a different route with this leak. They're saying that the new Switch is heavily influenced by artificial intelligence, and more than just DLSS. If you're not familiar, DLSS is the technology we expect the new chip to use for Nintendo Switch, allowing them to sort of fake that the graphics are better than maybe they are. DLSS is a system learning type technology that allows consoles to perform better than maybe their hardware could initially allow, and it's a really cool technology that we think will definitely be in Switch 2. Now, more AI than just DLSS is very interesting, and this source says the new console will come with new AI features and applications other than DLSS. They gave me an example, but I can't reveal it. They told me the biggest new things are around AI. For the moment, this is the only thing I can say. It seems like they're playing around with Drake's AI capabilities. Now, that is not Aubrey Graham rapping about artificial intelligence or using ChatGPT to write his new lyrics. That is Drake, the code name for the upcoming Switch system. Now, let's pause there and just consider what AI could mean for a Switch 2. Obviously, AI is like really in the forefront right now. ChatGPT is a big thing, and how they can use artificial intelligence to basically make everything easier and better is what many companies are focusing on. But how could this work for a game console? One of the instant suggestions I saw was some sort of Siri type technology for the Switch, like a voice interface that you could interact with and talk to, and have that sort of be your guide to Nintendo Switch 2. I don't really see how that would benefit or improve things, yet I will say Nintendo has tried crazy off-the-wall ideas before. If we look deeper at what AI could do, is it some way that it's generating interesting opportunities or interesting levels or interesting scenarios for gameplay? We actually have a follow-up from this leaker where they go into a bit more detail about what the AI example they were given actually is. They say it was like a test for the AI to solve, a feature that could be implemented in a puzzle game. So now we're thinking of something that could directly impact Nintendo's game design. And here's where I feel like maybe this is super cool. AI on the surface from a console standpoint, from a UI standpoint, doesn't seem all that exciting to me. But if we're talking about being at the forefront, pioneering new ways to use AI in game design, now that's pretty cool. I don't exactly know what a feature implemented in a puzzle game, a test for the AI to solve, like what could that be? You're somehow creating the puzzle and the AI solves it, or you're using an AI assistant to help solve the puzzle. Perhaps it's some sort of like perk or boost, like for example, it won't be in Zelda, but picture Zelda had some sort of new device that he could use to solve puzzles or make puzzles easier. I don't feel like that application is broad stroke enough to really apply to a whole console marketing, But if they are going to hammer home DLSS, if Nintendo wants to make sort of graphical power and this cool new look for Nintendo Switch games, the main marketing move, AI being incorporated in that could fit, because DLSS is using AI to help make those images spiffier, and Nintendo actually did file an update to a patent where they included new information about neural networks just recently. Now, I'm not going to pretend to be an expert on neural networks or all the implications of neural networks with DLSS and a game console. I know that it's used like for imaging type technology. I know that like the iPhone uses it for Face ID. I don't know more beyond that, but I just want to say that Nintendo did recently update a patent that's talking about a lot of these things. So there is some smoke around the idea of AI being the central push for Nintendo Switch. But I think it would be such an off-the-wall push, we can't really possibly predict. If there's any like super AI geniuses out there that can think of ways of how Nintendo Switch 2 could really leverage AI as sort of like a major sellable gimmick, please let me know in the comments down below. I personally can't really find a great usage for AI that would be like enough to put on a box. Obviously, AI can help benefit little things and bits and bobs here and there, and the idea of solving a puzzle, solving a test, like, I guess there's ways you could creatively implement that into a game, but it doesn't seem to be big enough to really be like the central feature. Now again, this leaker says to take what they say with a grain of salt. They claim that they're not 100% sure in the trustworthiness of their contact, but their contact did give them something to verify on the internet that only they could know, and it turned out to be true. So wherever this person's working, whatever they're working on, there is a chance that they do have access to this information, and a chance that they do have access to what Nintendo is focusing or implementing in the next system. And I think it's just really, really cool that on the same day, Doug Bowser makes us think about, like, we're really interested in exciting new ways of play. This idea of AI being something that Nintendo is really emphasizing in the next generation Switch is pretty freaking cool. But in terms of actual implications or what that would change for our games, we'd probably have to wait and let Nintendo figure it out for themselves. All I gotta say is Nintendo has been very good about doing that. They created the hybrid console better than anybody else. They did motion control, I don't want to say the best, but they definitely were at the forefront of pushing that technology. They tried to be at the forefront of 3D technology with their handheld 3DS, and maybe, just maybe, exploring AI is their next venture into the far-off horizon. And perhaps they will finally hit on something that is more futuristic than others are currently involved with. Wouldn't that be sweet if Nintendo Switch 2 actually leveled up and won up the competition? Maybe not in pure resolution, but in this new way of play. I'm just really hooked on what Doug Bowser said, and just, I guess, excited for what could be. Whether it's AI or something else, it does seem like Nintendo Switch 2 will surprise us. So let me know what you think in the comments down below, everybody. Again, it is a leak. It is a grain of salt type leak, but AI in Switch 2, this is very, very interesting. Thanks a lot for watching, everybody. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay happy, stay positive out there. SwitchForce, out.